People kind of tired of all this fakeness.
Yeah.
They're looking for something real.
You're building a reputation, you're building trustability.
Dominate your area by being focused on the specific search results and not just some very bad topics.
We're looking to build a specialist realtor.
We're in 2026 now. Joe, why do you think the Generalist Realtor will extinct?
Most agents are fighting for the same 5% of the market that clicks on Zillow ads.
While the top 1% are quietly owning the search intent for their entire city.
I'm Joe. I handle the search strategy that makes you the only logical choice in the market.
And I'm Victor. I build the systems that capture attention and turn them into listings.
We're Brick by Brick. Today we're giving you the 2026 roadmap so you'll become the only realtor that your city looks you up for.
Joe, so everybody's talking about the market shifting right now, but you're constantly saying that you need to build a real estate monopoly system. What do you exactly mean by that?
So what I mean by that, by real estate monopoly, is setting up a digital footprint so that your entire city knows who to go to. And by that, I mean organic growth on YouTube, since it's a search-based engine. So by building your profile, by building your catalogs, you're not only building videos for people to look up, of course, right, when they want to search up for a house, but instead you're building a reputation, you're building trustability. So when people do go online and start to check out the authenticity of you as a realtor, you're not just showcasing homes, but you're actually showcasing what to look for first-time home buyers, for people who are looking to retire, to relocate somewhere else. So Victor, can I ask you, how does an agent ensure that YouTube and Google shows their videos first?
Yeah, so I think you should focus on the videos that have a search intent behind them, right? Because remember, YouTube is not a social media platform, it's a search engine, right? So you really have to think about, okay, what are people actually searching for? So let's say if we're talking about relocation, which is a very popular topic among a lot of realtors, right? People search for, moving to a city, or what does it feel like living in a city? Or how good the schools are in that city, or what are the taxes, and so on and so forth. So you really want to think about YouTube as the equivalent of Google, but in a video form, right? Awesome. And so that's why you have to focus on the types of searches that people search on YouTube, and then you come up with the videos that will be answering those searches, and that's how you really dominate your area, by being focused on the specific search results and not just some very bad topics that people don't really care much about. So we're in 2026 now. Joe, why do you think the Generalist Realtor is going to go extinct?
Great question. With generalist realtors, what seems to happen here is that they don't hone down on a specific niche, but instead start focusing on the general topics of realty, right? So anyone who wants to buy a house, they're good to go with them. They're a family friend. They have friends that are looking for their help since they have their license and everything. We're looking to build a specialist realtor, a person who is not just looking for a specific niche of real estate, but specific audience segments, people he can target or she can target or they can target, essentially, to not only inform their audience of what is coming up in the market, but to also present their hyper extensive knowledge and experience of many, many years of them working to the audience or to their clients, of course. And what better way to do it with YouTube? So on the topic of intent gaps, what is an intent gap that you realize most agents, if not many of these agents, are missing as of 2026?
Yeah, I would say the keyword is intent, right? So each video should be intentional. By that I mean, focusing on specific pain points that people are facing, and then providing a solution through video, right? Getting back to the topic of building a monopoly, right? So you want to build a content library of videos that are highly intentful, and basically, that each video answers a specific question a person is searching for, right? And this way, you're basically gathering all that traffic, and the algorithm will be pouring it towards your channel. And that's what you have to focus on, because a lot of content out there is very unintentional. So it's just noise. While if you focus on the signal, that's where you really start dominating, because every single piece that you are publishing is actually valuable, and it's not just fluff. Because I recently talked to a client of mine, and he told me The reason why people call him, and he heard this so many times, is because whenever he picks up the phone and they start a conversation, they thought that he was very trustworthy and actually no BS kind of guy. And I feel like that's what is missing in a lot of today's social media. Everybody's trying to portray, how everything is great. It's all about sunshine and rainbows and butterflies.
Of course.
But the reality is, people kind of tired of all this fakeness.
Yeah.
They're looking for something real in the age of deepfakes and all these filters and everything. So I feel like that's what the intent should be, is being kind of blunt, telling the truth, because a lot of people are just missing that. They're looking for it, they're seeking it. The guy told me that, that client, that lead actually they watched a few other realtors, but they decided to give a call to him because they saw that this guy is actually very genuine. And that's why they decided to reach out to them, because it resonated with them. So to wrap it up, Joe, what's the number one advice we usually give to realtors when they reach out to us?
Great question. Really simple. I would say start YouTube. Stop being late to the game. It's all about the consistency, like we said, uploading the 2 videos a week. Don't try to perfect your videos. Focus on a hyper niche or a niche of a market in which you start talking about specific topics that people are actually going to care for on YouTube, and not just thinking that you're a content creator, because at the end of the day, people want to work with somebody authentic, right? They want to work, like you said, someone genuine, someone that knows the area, and what better way than presenting it with your local topics on YouTube?
Yeah, I totally agree. I would say, there's this saying that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today, right? And in terms of, consistency, it's obviously, a very important topic. So whenever you start, don't stop, don't give up too quickly, because that's the mistake we see lots of people make. And then also don't focus on being perfect. You want to be authentic on the camera. And if you start acting like you're not yourself, people can notice this, and this actually will destroy the trust that you're trying to build through the camera. So that's very important to stay yourself. Okay, that's too many pieces of advices, but to wrap it up, that's what we usually recommend for realtors who are just getting started on YouTube.
With that being said, to conclude, guys, please feel free to like, subscribe, tap the notification bell so you can learn the newest of topics coming out every single week.
Feel free to book a call with us if you would like to learn more, and we hope to see you on YouTube.